Let's see. Hi there, it's Maria with Artsy and happy Sunday night. I'm back. I had to take a little break. I was sick a lot of January. By the time you're watching this, it's February. And I'm wearing my Valentine red and my heart necklace. And I have missed doing a few videos with you all, but like I said, I was sick and then I went on vacation. And then I have been working on Inspire Your Heart with Art, our annual conference, which is hopefully while you're here to watch our video is just to learn more about Inspire Your Heart with Art. And hopefully you'll be able to watch this video over and over because we have Inspire Your Heart with Art. It's an annual conference. It's an online art conference that we have with our members, and we open it up to the public as well to be able to just do some fun art things online. And so traditionally in our business and Artsy and Gallery on the Go is we are paint in the paint and sip industry, right? So we do painting parties. I also teach something called Artsy pop-ups, which I'll be doing a tutorial coming up. And we paint on wood boards, we paint signs, we paint all those good things. But all of our representatives are not necessarily artists. All of our gallery guides, we call them, or artsy members. They might own an art studio. It doesn't always mean they're artistic. And of course, if you've been around any time at all watching my videos, you know we are about fun art, not fine art. And so as we go out and we paint all year round, we typically are painting with acrylic paint and painting, with stencils and templates. But every now and then we want to try something new. And when I started doing artsy pop-ups, I started experimenting with different types of medium to be able to make these smaller projects. So you'll have to watch a whole nother video about artsy pop-ups. But essentially, it's like the Costco version of sampling products. So we were sampling like alcohol inks or watercolors or fun markers and things like that. So that's kind of how Inspire Your Heart with Art was born in a way, was so that our members could experience different types of art supplies and art products and get to use them. And it's been fun. I used to go to a conference called CHA, and all those fun big companies would be there with all their new products. So like Plaid, who makes Mod Podge, or like glitter Mod Podge and things like that. It was just so fun to play with. So we designed our own conference called Inspire Your Heart with Art. And it was born because January 31st is an actual like holiday. It's like Margarita Day or like donut day. It's like one of those days. So it's not like recognized formally, like you don't get PTO off for Inspire Your Heart with Art Day. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. Anyhow, it's one of those holidays. And so we would always have tell our artsy members, like, this is a great celebration day. It's kind of like a holiday for our industry. And then following that, we were like, we should have something for our guides. So we had something, I think the first one we had was like the first weekend of February. It was like a February 1st type thing. Anyhow, so we've repeated it. And this year it's a little delayed from January 31st because I was sick. I was super sick and got really behind, but we're still having it in February. At the time of this recording, it's still going to be happening live, but maybe you're watching this recording after February 21st and 22nd. You can still watch the recording. And in fact, today in this call, I'm not only going to tell you what our theme is for this year, but I'm going to tell you what other Inspire Your Heart with Art conferences have been, and maybe you'll want to sample some of them and just get some fun ideas. And mostly it's just better when it's on video. I can kind of show you a little bit more about what it is. And so one of my favorite ones was it's always my favorite when we make everything in a notebook, because then you have like this awesome, notebook filled with new ideas. And this is a fun idea called color swatching. And we did some sunshine and rainbows before, and it's just like creating this fun scrapbook of stuff. And so this was called Sunshine and Rainbows, and this was part of a conference we did a couple years ago. And you make this fun pop-up card thing. So this is an old one. We learned a little bit more. It's just a fun way to do stuff in a notebook. So it makes this fun plumpy notebook. We did quilling one year as well. And so that's a fun idea. And this year's theme, again, is also in a notebook. And it's not all done yet because we're just getting started, but that is the cover. It's Inspire Your Heart with Art. And I'm just going to share with you a little bit more about what that is. So how it works. First of all, you don't have to be artsy. That's the most important thing. Like if you think you might remotely want to learn how to do something new and just play with something and not be hard on yourself, this is the perfect conference. By the way, this year's conference is only $37. It's super affordable. It's just a great way for you to join us and get to know us as the artsy coaches and get to play with paint. So I'm going to share my screen with you because I just want you to be able to see some more graphics of what we're doing. So let's talk about Inspire Your Heart with Art for this particular year is 2025. Our theme is where art meets story. It's totally inspired by like a typewriter and words and just how do we incorporate art with story. If you are interested in ChatGPT and how you can use that in your art business, this is a great time to use that. It's also just a creative way. We'll be learning a little bit more about like haiku poems and things like that. So we all join online, but we are live. So this is coming up soon. And so we'll be on the online and talking to you, and you can ask us questions about our business and your business. If you're looking to start a business, if you don't want to start a business, it's just a fun like Galentine's weekend. And so the sessions are all kind of are centered around telling a story. And so our table of contents is going to be created by Dawn, and she's artsy coach Dawn, and she's creating this black and white, beautiful imagery. Then you're going to kind of cut it in your workbook and you're going to put color behind it. So it's kind of like that Wizard of Oz, from black and white into color. And then I have a fun session where I am teaching you, we're going to embroider on our black and white photos. And it's a picture of you. It has to be a really fun picture of you. I'm trying to look for my supplies. I have them around here. And we're just going to embroider on it. I know it sounds like you could just do this on your own, of course, but I'm going to teach you not only how I've already done this with a group of people, you could turn it into a money-making event. And when I taught this for my friends, one lady actually made all her Christmas presents out of this. So pretty awesome idea. The next session is called Photoscape. It's actually by artsy coach Tammy, and she's taking a regular photo. You're going to take a regular photo, which by the way, if I just show you my slides here, I can actually share with you better this way. Just give me 1 second here. So what you see here is Tammy just takes a fun photo that she took of herself, and we're creating, you take the landscape and you create, now normally in Photoscape, you create like fun landscape, you got to match the landscape and things like that. But of course we're fun art, not fine art. And so we're turning it into whimsical art. So we will also tell you the original artist, where this originated from, but also we're going to just talk about our own stories. There's more to the story, right? And so think about that in your in sharing if you're joining us live. The next thing is going to be a marker and lid. So my good friend, her name is Jessie. She wrote a book and it's called Marker and Lid, if you can see my little screen here. And listen, Bob Goff, he's a favorite author of mine. He says everyone has a story in them. If not one, you got two, maybe three. And I love that Jessie wrote her own book. I'm so inspired by her. She's going to actually be telling us her journey into how she became a published author. But she's an artist too, and so she illustrated her entire book, and it's monochromatic. So if you join the Inspire Your Heart with Art conference, you will be visiting with an author. We will be like interviewing her, and she'll also be guiding us through a project that is inspired from her book called Marker and Lid. And so I hope you can join for that session. I'm so excited for her to tell us her story and share more. Maybe you want to become a printed author at some point in time. And then the next session is a story worth telling. Now, I've heard that somewhere else. I don't know. Someone famous probably said that. But we kind of took that line. And artsy coach Mandy is going to be teaching us with creating a story in ChatGPT. I know that might be intimidating, but don't be intimidating. There's like this trend where you go type into ChatGPT like a day in the life, and you describe a lot about yourself and your passions and the things that you love, and it'll create a story about you. It's amazing. You should go play with it. Now, for our members, you're going to be able to do this. And actually, if you're joining the call, the Inspire Your Heart with Art conference, we're going to show you how to make your own paper out of this. And then we're going to paint, like you see here on the TV screen. We're going to paint some art supplies on top of that. So it's just a creative way of vision casting and dreaming about the future. And I can't wait to see how that comes about for you. I've done it and I love it. It's so fun. Now, if you're like, I don't have ChatGPT, I'm not printing my own story, don't worry. We have a pre-done piece of paper for you. It's in the downloadable pack, which I'll talk about here in a minute. The next session is by, oh, I've already told you, is by artsy coach Dawn. Let me see, did I skip one then? I think I talked about both bars. So there's 5 live sessions and you're going to be able to join us live. And the itinerary is on the download, which I'll make sure and post in the YouTube description to make sure that you have that. But this week, if you actually join before the weekend, we actually have some bonus videos for you. One is how to create your cover, right? You need to decorate the front of your notebook. Then we're going to teach you a little bit about color swatch, and we're going to be teaching you another video that I'll be doing with you is called watercolor and haiku. Now, this one is like, have you ever had like a word of the year, like a word of the year to inspire your year? And, but I'm going to show you how to take that and turn that into art, because a lot of people do have like their word of the year, but this is a way to like turn it into a masterpiece and a piece of artwork, which includes making a haiku poem. I mean, when was the last time you learned about haiku poem? Now, this was inspired because I went to an event where they hired professional haiku poets and they just sat at these typewriters and wrote. And I loved that event. That's kind of part of the inspiration for this event. It was super cool in the way that they did that. And then the last one is art and affirmations. You know, we are living in like some crazy, chaotic times right now. And I would say, like, hope goes up and down, right? And you're not going to be able to pour out into anyone. And if you do this as a business, like, and you're out trying to be an art entertainer and do art parties, like, you need to learn how to be like a positive person, and you need to be excited because you're around a table with other people, and you are like a hope promoter. And so you're going to do that because you do art, you're creative, but also I'm going to teach you about art affirmations and just a fun little exercise in your workbook. So these are the bonus videos. And don't forget, we have an inspiration pack for most of our Inspire Your Heart with Art. There's always something that you can download so that you can, you know, they're accompaniments, they're like stencils and templates. So this is a 15-page downloadable. You won't use all 15 pages. However, these are stencils so that you don't have to paint your own thing. Remember, fun art, not fine art. So this is the cover of my workbook. I'll take myself off screen here in just a second, but we have some affirmations. We have some fun words that you're going to cut out. Here's some fun definitions that you'll be able to cut out as well. And you'll get to download that. And so it's a fun workbook for you. So here's my cover, Inspire Your Heart with Art. So this fun typewriter, I didn't paint that. I cut that out. And but all these fun little decorative things are part of the pre-release bonus. Also, now that I'm on full screen, I want to show you Marker and Lid by my friend Jessie. I cannot wait to have her on. And here's some of the pages. Her book is on Amazon. You can absolutely go find it. And Marker and Lid is about how everyone has a purpose, and Lid has a purpose to Marker. And so it's a super cute story, and she's been making her way around schools, local schools, promoting hope, promoting purpose, which is always what we're trying to do here at Artsy. Really quick, I also wanted to share with you, so if you're interested in this year's Inspire Your Heart with Art conference, I would love to have you, and I would love to meet you personally online. And you will also have the opportunity to buy Inspire Your Heart with Art from previous years. So I thought I would just give you a little preview because some of you also are interested in becoming members. If you're an Artsy member, you never have to pay for the workshops. They're included in your membership, which a lot of other memberships always charge people anyway for extra workshops, but we don't do that because we don't like to pay extra either. If you're not a member, though, you will just pay $37 for 2025's Inspire Your Heart with Art, but you also have the opportunity to buy 2024 and 2023. And I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you log in here. We're like official, have, you know, a course platform. And so this is a little bit about what it looks like. If you ever join and you're a member, you can see all of these different classes and tutorials that we have done to help you succeed at your business, at your paint party business. And so Inspire Your Heart with Art 2023 was one of my favorites. That's the one where I showed you my workbook already. And you can see all of these modules that you can watch. Like this will keep you busy for days, and teaches you about color swatching, what's in your jar, teaches you training. I think this one had 12 projects, 12 courses in this Inspire Your Heart with Art. It talked about quilling and pop-up watercolors. We always have a special guest too, which is fun. My friend Betsy, who designs her own clothing, was an artist on that one. And then the other one that you have, if you want to buy 2024 Inspire Your Heart with Art, which was just last year's, is I think we had 4 or 5 projects on this one, but this was called, it was a duo. It was the power of and the power of and had 2 it was like broken and beautiful, wigs and watercolors, poscas and plants, digital designs and doodles. And then we also gave you a bonus, which was a trio video. So you would have the opportunity to buy any of those videos. Oh, I don't think I was sharing my screen the whole time. I thought I was sharing my screen. Of course I wasn't. Here we go. Here now, somebody online could have told me. Okay, here we go. Let me go back to this really quick. I just want to show you the course directory and Inspire Your Heart with 2023. This is what it looks like. There are 12 courses here that you would be able to fill up your workbook right here, just like that. There you go. Now you guys can see it. I'm sorry you didn't get to see that sooner. And so 12 courses. It's great. It's easy to see, easy to read, easy to follow along. And then if you go to the 2024, like I talked about, Inspire Your Heart, it was the power of and has all of those different sessions that were really inspired by this word and. So it was 2 things. So combining like Posca markers and making a plant painting. That was one of my favorites. And then I also taught a course on digital design and doodles. So if you're in the paint party industry, how you can use digital art for your business. All right. So I'm sorry I didn't screen share that. So that's kind of the back office. If you're ever interested in being an artsy member, and even if you buy Inspire Your Heart with Art, you're going to have access to this Artsy Academy is what we call it. And this is where we store all of our videos. And I will be posting the link in this YouTube video. But you can also find Inspire Your Heart with Art by signing up for one of our newsletters. You'll be on our Artsy Association email, and I send out all of our sales and deals. I send out free art all the time. And of course, you're watching here on YouTube where I share things as well. If you have any questions, you can always email us at hello@artsyassociation.com. And we are here to just help inspire your heart with art. And if you're thinking of starting a creative artsy business, we're here to support you to do that. We have artwork. We have all the tips and tricks to help you shortcut your way over into building a business that you love and to create a life that you love. All right. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Happy President's Day this weekend as